Good morning. Thanks for coming to my channel. This is Kim. I'm going to show you some of the Valentine's tags I've been making. I have a video from a couple weeks ago that had 2 of the tags, and now I've added 3 more to my collection. And so I just thought I would show you real quick in case you're looking for some ideas on tag making. A lot of people ask, what do you do with your tags? I do a couple things. First of all, you can use them instead of a card, and so you can send them that way. And if you leave the back somewhat simple, or if you add a pocket, you can put a message in it. So I like to use them as replacements for cards and mailing things to people. Also, I have some 8x10 photos of my children. And when I have the photos that stand, not the ones that are on the wall, oftentimes I will lean a tag up against the corner or hang it from the corner of the frame. I like doing that. In my craft area, I have a space where I can hang things, and so I have a variety of tags hanging just to give me inspiration and to look at them and make my craft space a happy place. I think you can just use them as just examples of happy mail, depending on how people tie them off or put the topping on. I have one hanging from a lamp. It's a weird lamp, but just for decoration. So they're just pretties to look at. And like I said, I think for the most part, I use them hanging from a gift bag or as a card or something like that. So anyway, the collection that I've used for these is the Authentique collection. And so I'll just go through these really quick. Like I said, I have a video of 2 previous ones I've made. So this one is probably one of my favorites, and so I'll go through this one first. There is some dimension here. I popped up, you can see there's a space there, popped it up to give it some interest so that it's not flat looking. And so I have the base is chipboard covered with some of the paper. Then I raised up a black piece of cardstock with another piece of the collection on there. I did use the Tim Holtz Distress tool and go around that one to give it some antique look, I guess. There is a piece of ribbon that runs across the middle. This cut apart is also on, I glued a little piece of chipboard below it so that it also stood up a little bit. I don't know if you can see that. I was gifted this resin piece from a friend of mine, and so from my stash I just start digging through flowers to see what matches, and I had a flower that had pink hearts on it. What are the chances? So that went well. Filled in with some smaller flowers. I have a spray of pearls that I attached. A wood piece, a chipboard piece that says love. It's not chipboard, it is that MDF stuff. I had a mistake, so I had to cover it. So I put 2 little pearl things here with the flower. A tag beneath, just to kind of go off. I don't like my tags just to be all the stuff just smack dab in the middle. I like to have things coming off on the sides. The trim, I have 3 layers. I have this white dangly trim, then a pink gathered trim, and then a pearl trim. At the top, I put some of the lace, and I tied it off with some gold and white seam binding. Not seam binding, twine stuff. Okay. I always cover the back, even if it's with a plain piece of paper, and that's all I do. But in this one, I just put one of the cut aparts. It's just like a little stamp. Okay. So there's one. This one is smaller than the other 2. My tags kind of vary in size. I don't go with a certain dimension. I just look to see what leftover chipboard I have, and I make it into a tag. To get the angles, I have this chomper, and this one is the angle on one side and the photo corners on the other, and that's what I use to make my corners. Covered it, the back. I made a little pocket and put a button, and so this can go in, this goes inside. You can write on the back a message if you want. I like to incorporate doilies if you haven't noticed, and so I have a doily in the upper left hand corner with a metal butterfly and a real small cameo in the center that I glued on of that butterfly. The cut apart is raised with a piece of chipboard underneath. This is from the collection. They have a cut apart page, and so it says love beyond words, and I just put that on the corner. That was an afterthought. When I was done, I looked at it and thought, oh, that corner needs something, and so that's what I filled in with. So my cluster, you'll notice I sometimes get into not a rut, but sometimes I feel like the layout of my tags is very similar. But I usually have a cluster of flowers somewhere, like see here, I have a cluster on the side. The other one I'm going to show you, there's a cluster in the bottom corner. So I need to branch out and try new things, but it's working for me right now. I like it. I just want variety. So I have a leaf here. I had another flower with some pattern on it that matched because it's more red, and this paper has more of a red background rather than pink. Found a real light green flower. This is a resin flower. I had a metal butterfly that broke in half, and so I tucked it in to make it look like it was flying, and so you don't notice that the other half is missing. I had a wood swirl piece, and again 3 layers of trim at the bottom, a black, a white, and a red. So I always like to layer them so that there's different lengths down at the bottom. Okay, so that's that one. And then this one, when I was making it, I was struggling as to what to do, but in the end, I really like it. And you know, I don't really keep my tags. I usually give them away in swaps or as gifts or whatever. So I only have like 2 of the tags I've ever made. The rest of them get shipped off to other people. So, and most of these will be going out to people too. So anyway, the back, I didn't have enough paper to cover the whole piece because I was using scraps, and so I had to piece 2 together, and I put a cut apart, one of the punch outs from the collection down at the bottom to kind of tie the 2 pieces together. This is actually just one trim, but it has the pleat and it has the flower part. Those are combined. Again, the cut apart, I glued a piece of chipboard under it to give it dimension so it is lifted up. I have a bow applique. These are those stickers, and I just added some extra glue. I never just put them down. I always add some extra adhesive with the art glitter glue to keep them secure with the word love. This is a Bow Bunny laser cut tag, and I put a piece of the gold and white twine on the edge. And so again, I did some layering. I have a key. I don't know if you can see that. I have a key, a doily, a flower, some wood hearts, some flowers off to the side and going up top. And then I found a cameo in my stash with a dangly pearl. And so that is tag number 3 of this video. So if you want to see all of them together that I did with this Authentique collection, let me grab the other 2. There was this one. And this one. Okay. All right. Hope that inspires you and gives you some ideas. Check out Authentique paper. You can go to the countrycraftcreations.com website to find Authentique paper. And just as a quick note, the contest for Country Craft Creations, where the design team members were asking that you write their name in the comment box, has now ended. And thank you to all of those who did add my name. There was a tie for first place, and so I happened to be one of them. So I received a $25 gift certificate to Country Craft Creations, and then a name was drawn, and one of the people who had put my name also won a $25 gift card or gift certificate to the store. So I appreciate that very much, and I hope that you continue to support the store, because she's a great store owner. Like, she does everything. Her customers come first, and so does her design team. So that's very much appreciated. So anyway, I'll quit babbling, but thanks, and have a great Valentine's Day.